PC and conjugate heat and oil. We're going to do some body tempering, restoration type work right here. I've had a lot of pain days and I'm feeling a little sluggish and tired, sore, especially in the posterior. So this is something you can add into your
Absolutely. Part of the conjugate method obviously is covering all the bases of performance and strength, power, speed. In this case, we'll call this performance restoration. Using the body tempering by Donnie Thompson. So we're going to do what's called the works today. We're using the setup on the the works. Slide this picture. Just put your feet on there. What's that? Okay. Anyway, slide this bench under. You're going to put your feet on top of it, lay it flat. Okay, we're going to temper the feet first. You use the kettlebell to stop the rolls. Notice how I have a assortment of rolls, some from Rhodes, some from the steel company, local steel company. The others from Kabuki here.
done this about 2 times. I feel so much better after it. I feel like lets everything relax. The pressure's good.
That's a Kabuki pain pill. Going on the feet first. I'm going to go on the feet. We use the boomstick next. Want to have about a 50+ pound kettlebell right here, stopping this from rolling off. Okay, next. This exactly sounds like that. We're kind of getting shotgun effects here. We're going to take a 50 pound roller, put it right in the back of the legs.
Oh, that's real smart.
Okay, we're going to take the 80, this one I think is between 50 and 80. I don't have an exact measurement on it. It's heavy.
Yeah, this might want this a little light flavor. I wonder how my hamstrings do this. I didn't do it. I did a lot of sprints on Monday. Oh,
It's cold too.
yeah, it's cool. Alright.
Cold steel. Nice air conditioned.
Oh yeah.
It's actually here than PG Fitness.
Beautiful gym, shoot gym tour.
Finally,
Whole posterior chain is
okay. So right there, she's got about, let's just say, 80, 50, 30. So close to 2, in between 170 and 200 pounds of her hamstrings. And we're just going to let it sit there for a few minutes. Her feet are getting the same treatment from about 60-ish pounds. So again, it's smooshing out the feet, letting those bones spread out, the hamstrings, just giving her a lot of pressure. And with the multiple temporary rods there, it is kind of tractioning from her knees throughout her hips. And you'll see the rolling technique we're going to use here in a few seconds.
And one of the things you said one time when I first did this is you said this is like what we want rollers to do, like whenever it rolls out.
Yeah.
This is like what we want.
Body tempering does what full rolling in SMR wish it could. Because you're getting a global systemic effect. She's doing nothing. Okay, she's just laying there, taking the pressure of that. With her full rolling, yeah, you're rolling one maybe portion, like a leg or a limb, but then the other portion's kind of working.
Right.
So, and I get the whole thing.
It does have a good feel, good benefit, which is not bad.
Yeah, and then if you're on a budget, if you don't get a full roller, that's all you need.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. You can also make these on your own. Donnie Thompson has plenty of videos if you follow Fat Pillar on Instagram.
Something I've also done is use kettlebells, barbells. Like obviously if you're working out, you're gonna have some of those dumbbells rolling it on the affected area, whether it's your quad, hamstring. You might need a partner, but it's pretty much the same thing. This is obviously better, but you can get the same effect, which I like.
Thompson Fat Pills are great for that.
Yes, you roll it on. We have a video on that already. Yeah, on Instagram. On Instagram, we did a little clip of it. We can show that after too if we have time.
Alright, so I'm going to continue with the second part here. I'm actually going to actively roll.
Go back to feel my.
Actively roll Evie, please excuse my angle here. But I'm going to get it over her hips. You guys can see that. concerned about is it hitting your spine? No, this thing is kind of beveled in the middle, it's kind of indented. So it really makes it avoids the spinous processes.
Yeah, this feels great.
It's just a little stuck here.
Yeah,
Your
right there.
rotational half, she gets a little,
Yeah.
like one side of her spinal erectors, she
My left side has been tight ever since I've been hitting every day. Left side a lot.
And we're gonna lay it longitudinally, just let her relax into it.
Now what is this thing? I was just
So this is just basically a longitudinal temperate, and what it's going to do, usually you'll see a lot of people with, you see this little space here, I can get my finger, if you can see my fingers go through it. That space will end up closing, because what we're actually going to try and do is, I don't want to say get rid of, but counteract the lordotic curve, or excess lordosis. So she'll be a little bit straighter when she stands up. It's just going to get this a little bit of a traction effect. I don't want to say it's tractioning as if you would do for like an inversion table or something else, but there probably is here a little bit of tractioning effect. We're just going to let that settle in. You can see that I can't get my fingers as far under that gap, starting to close a little bit. So we're just going to let her chill out. And a good cue here for her is belly breathing while you're doing this, because you are trying to get to that parasympathetic dominance. So again, the other point of training isn't just training all the time. Whenever you beat up, you have to build back up, and restoration is a big part of that. Stuff like this, obviously nutrition, sleep, all of it comes together. And then I'll just let her tell me when she's done. You can stand here, hold it, it's kind of rolling off. She's settling good, so I'm just gonna take a little break. You're good.
yeah.
Couple more deep breaths.
Yeah, do a few more deep breaths.
And then we can kind of take them off here once we're done. You can finish with a roll if you want. I'll demonstrate that here. So you kind of take these off. This table makes everything really convenient because you don't have to, if you are the one getting it done to you, you're not on hard ground. If you're the one doing the body tempering, you don't have to bend way the heck over. So we finish with a couple of rolls.
Ooh. Ooh. A lot of sprinting has been done.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm going to keep her there because I'm going to end up doing the ankles as well. And what works is that a little bit of everything. These guys are going to just take off. Sorry. Off. She's going to leave her feet up for a split second. And then I'm going to lift this up and she's going to scoot back until she hooks her feet over. Scoot back. Hook the feet over. Good. And then here I'm going to do the cast. So I'm going to take one of the lighter rollers. This one is actually the 50. She's handling it pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm going to give her a couple of calf rolls.
it's a
And
little.
I'm going to leave it there.
Oh, that feels good.
Yep. Just leave it there for about 3 to 5 minutes. You can work out more if you want, but again, this is entire posterior chain. So notice we literally went from the hamstrings, up to the gluteals, up the hips, spinal erectors, up to the traps, and now we are finishing off with the calves. So the entire posterior chain is getting a number on it.
Feel like brand new right after.
All she has to do is right there.
It's going to work this time.
Yeah.
How long was that?
Yeah, we'll call that. And I'll finish with some rolls. Off she goes. Yep. That is the posterior chain works. All right, this is going to be the anterior chain works. And it's really not as extensive as the posterior, but nonetheless, he was going to lay down, sit up position.
Lay down.
Yep, come this way a little bit so your head is supported. Cool. Again, using the Tonson tempering table. And we're going to start out anterior chain, she's going to go right over hips. Boom. She'll lay it right across her hip flexors. Females and males are going to be different kind of with their hip structure and as much as some may have different tissue than others, tissue mass. So you want to keep it off of your hip bones. You want it in the soft tissue. So if you just go in there, she's going to find like an icky spot. You can see she's kind of throttling it a little bit. She's wiggling it around. Feel free to do that. You can grab it from the ends here as well to direct it. She's going to do some belly breaths, right? So if we look at releasing that psoas area, that diaphragm area, this is great for that. I hate using that word release, but you do feel kind of released and relieved when you're done with it. Okay, next, Evie's going to, now you can do this to yourself, but I'm just going to assist her with this. She's going to put her hands like she's going to do a sit-up. Good. Lay her head back. Boom, elbows this way. We'll roll it up her belly a few times. I'm going to kind of avoid the ribs. And then I'm going right here, upper pecs, triceps, lats. She's just going to relax into it. Okay. Some can see that as dangerous. It's not at all. She's got her soft tissues there, basically getting mashed. And she's just going to do some a few breaths there. 3, 5, 10. Do whatever you want. Obviously, if you're doing this before a workout, which you can do, it's going to be a little bit shorter. If you're doing this after or a day after a workout, it's going to be longer.
How often would you say people do this, or how often would you recommend?
How often do people do it? I don't know. How often would I recommend? I like this post-workout recovery, so depending on how many days a week you work out, you want to do a day after that, that's great. So like for myself, a lot of times you do need some help to do it, so unfortunately I don't have workout partners myself. I'm not able to do as much as I would like, but in an ideal situation, if you're doing, let's say you're doing a recovery workout or cardiovascular work, do this after your cardiovascular work, kind of as a restorative benefit. So if I work on Monday, cardiovascular work on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. If I do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday format, with my weight, strength, speed, whatever, you can do this on the day after. So think of this in a high-low sequence. This would be on the low day. Okay, next we're going to come back to the hip flexors. Now, Evie, what do you notice right now? Does it feel a little bit less invasive than the first time? Good. So we got a global release there from top to bottom. Now we're pretty good there. She's going to do a sit-up with her legs straight. Boom. Now she's going to go into quad roll.
These aren't too bad. More hamstrings today.
Yep, and it's pretty simple. With the quads, you can angle your legs in and out like this to affect different parts of the quad. And you can go right above that knee and kind of grind it a little, not grind it, but throttle the tissue. You do not want to be on bone. Again, you do not want to be on bone.
Nice.
You see Evie's having some fun with that. She's got big juicy catcher quads because she's a catcher. Yeah. So this is baseball, softball catchers. You're always in that low squat position. Stuff gets torched.
Nice.
And then she can do that however long she wants. You can go by the rolls, 10, 20 rolls. Or 3 to 5 minutes. No.
Cool. All right.
That's it.
Nice. Oh yeah, we should show. Let's show how to do it with the kettlebell. All right. So let's say you don't have all this fancy equipment. Should we get a smaller one?
Yep.
Oh, that's good. All right. Let's say you don't have all this fancy equipment, but you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell or barbell. You can easily go just sit down on the ground. If you're getting a really heavy kettlebell or dumbbell, you can have a partner, but if anything, you just go like this.
Notice how she tipped it on the side, and the round side is on her quads.
Yes, the round side, exactly.
Or on the soft tissue.
So,
she can use that handle to manipulate it.
Yep, and then you just go along wherever you need it. Right here, boom. Quads are super sore. You can do this after a workout, like you said. Super simple, super easy. And honestly, this is like we said earlier, what foam rolling. This
Wish
is
it could do.
Wish it could do, yeah. So you can do that, and then if you have a partner here, people can show how to do the hamstrings with the same thing.
Yep.
So that's if you have a partner.
So if you have a partner, yeah, same thing. We
I have done
won't
it
rig the
before.
works here, but it's the same concept.
How long?
Again, I'm gonna two hand on this handle. I'm gonna come up and down, and I can switch sides. Oh. Two hand on the handle. Normally you would have the handle on the outside. I'm just doing this so you guys can see. And you can angle it. See, I can hit actually different angles with this kettlebell.
My left one is way more.
Yeah, so sometimes when you get single, even this is 50 pounds, the same as that other one. On two, distributed on one, you're gonna get some different, getting some different crevices, so to speak.
All right, yeah.